Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about runes, what they do, what they scale with, what's out currently, and do the best I can with the best of my knowledge. I do not guarantee that all of this will be 100% accurate because nothing's actually been released to be completely confirmed other than a couple of them. So a lot of it is speculation based off of what it seems like. So some of these might have additional stats they scale with or scale with different stats, but I'm going to do the best I can to answer what the runes scale with. So first off, we have Bash. I believe I have Bash on this guy. Yeah. Bash scales with damage. So it just straight up does better the more damage you do, so it works on any build. It has a +0 to strength, so maybe there is a slight strength scaling, but it seems to work extraordinarily well on agility builds and intelligence builds as well. It doesn't seem like it does any extra damage just because you're a strength build. So that is kind of the status of Bash. It has a higher chance of hitting your opponent compared to a normal hit and does a bit more damage. So it's just straight up better than a normal attack. And you can get some really crazy crits on agility builds with it. I went up against a character. We can, I'm not going to show it right now because I can't remember the ID and I'm not going to look it up. But I went up against a character in a right before this past tournament that I just finished, and got crit for 350 with a Bash and died instantly with Ice Barrier up. Just literal one-shot kill. So that was insane. So you can have some really crazy high rolls with Bash. If you get, with an agility character, you get the highest end of the damage. You manage to get the highest end of the, you get a crit, you get the highest end of the crit multiplier. You get the Bash piling on top of that, and you can get some really ridiculous damage off of Bash. The next rune is Stone Skin. It does scale off of strength. It says +0 wisdom, but it scales off of strength. So it can be a little bit confusing, but it has pure strength scaling, I do believe, and it reduces the amount of damage you take. That's basically it. It just straight up reduces how much damage you take for a couple of turns. So if you were taking, let's say, 40 damage from Croc, you'll probably be taking, on a strength build, like 10 damage from Croc. Maybe 15 damage from Croc instead. So it saves you that 25-30 HP per time you get hit for a couple of turns. It's probably the current weakest rune after the most recent set of changes. I'd say Stone Skin is probably the most in need of a slight buff. That being said, they might have it balanced more for later levels because I can see that damage reduction coming in huge further down the line when you have 140 strength on your tank, 150 strength on your tank, and you're getting hit for 80 damage instead, and it's getting reduced all the way down to like 15 or 20. And I can see that all of a sudden becoming a really strong rune, so it's probably difficult to balance, but it might need, just for the currently where we are in the game, it might need a very slight buff to keep it in line with the others. Next up we have Escape Artist. Escape Artist increases your evade for 3 turns. Personally, I really like it on agility builds. It scales with both charm and agility. So it just kind of scales with the more evade you have, the better it's going to be. And I believe that is because the rune seems to be designed, this is my speculation, I don't have any hard data on it, but it seems to be designed to increase your current evade by a certain percentage. So if you already have a lot of evade, the Escape Artist rune makes your evade insane. And you pretty much guarantee that you're not going to get hit for 3 turns using Escape Artist if you have high charm and agility already. And I actually really like that rune on agility builds. I did win a tournament with it on this character using Escape Artist over using Bash because I have both. And it seemed to work really well. Next up you have Ice Barrier. And Ice Barrier is the arguably the strongest rune out there right now, and has been for quite a while. It got a massive nerf to being almost the worst for a moment, and it got reverted very, very quickly because there was quite the outcry in Discord about that. It gives base shield of 50, and then it also scales with your intelligence. So the higher your intelligence, the higher this shield gets, the less damage you're going to be taking, the larger that shield. So you can end up blocking quite a lot of damage. This character is very heavy in intelligence, and he can shield somewhere around like 90 damage or so with 60 intelligence. So 50 from the base, 40 from the scaling. So probably something like a 0.6-ish multiplier on that for scaling off of intelligence. Maybe a little bit lower, hard to say. But it's a very high scaling, very powerful rune. Blocks a lot of damage. It'll be interesting to see how it measures up and if it falls off at higher levels. As you have to rely more and more on that scaling, maybe it'll get outdone by runes like Bash that can outdamage your shield, or runes like Stone Skin later on might reduce by more damage than what your Ice Barrier can block for. Next up, I believe this character has Blind. Yep. Blind scales with luck. At least that is the current belief in the community, I think. And apparently it is very strong, according to the dev team and according to their testing. Apparently it's very strong. I've not seen anybody really successfully use it much yet. I think I saw somebody come in either first or second in a tournament with it, and it seemed fairly strong, but I think you really need quite a bit of luck. I think Blind might be really good on an intelligence build that has the bee's knees, because you also get luck. Like if you have Dark Sorcerer's Cowl bee's knees, Blind might be insane because you can get some really crazy crits off of it. Because what Blind does is it reduces their hit chance, the opponent's hit chance, increases your hit chance while they're blinded, and increases your crit chance while they're blinded. So it's kind of a trifecta of making sure you get some crazy hits in and them missing. So you kind of get these couple of turns of uninterrupted, you do damage, they do not. And you do big damage. At least that is the theory. Whether it actually ends up working out that way, I don't know, because I don't have any characters that have it and have a high enough luck to really test it. And I'm not going to buy a stat reset just to test the Blind rune. But that is the current state of that. So that was, I believe that was all of the runes. Because I covered Blind, Ice Barrier, Bash, and Stone Skin, and Escape Artist. Yep. That is everything as far as the runes go and what they do, how they scale. Yeah, that is the current state of them. There is also another rune, as they put out in the kind of when they spoiled it for the Croc Dungeon. There is technically a rune in the Croc Dungeon, but it is specifically designed not to drop, and it is just to catch cheaters and locks out their account and locks out their character from getting anything and doing anything and competing or playing the game in any way. It is just specifically to fuck with people that try to fuck with the code on the drop rates to make a guaranteed drop, and it'll catch them immediately. And I think everybody already knows about that at this point, so I don't mind sharing it in a video that is the case. I don't think anybody's going to get warned off of cheating now that they know that, because it's already been talked about quite a bit in the Discord. So I believe that's mostly common knowledge that is what that rune exists for. Let's see. Last thing in this video, I did enter a tournament today, and you can see Lean down here. It's an absolute monster. So I was bored last night and just decided I really wanted to play some roulette. So I opened up, an online casino, and I was like, all right, I'm going to put like $500-$600 in, do a few spins of roulette, have some fun. And just before I deposited it, I realized, wait a second, that is a lot of runs of Croc. I was complaining about the keys being 3 keys for Croc the other day, and I realized, wait a second, that's still only $2. I'm about to waste $600 playing fucking roulette. What am I doing? I can do 300 runs of Croc instead. So that is kind of what I set out to do this morning. And I did a lot of Croc runs. You can see it kind of starts here. I lost quite a few times too, so this isn't quite the full picture of how many runs I did. I started off doing a bunch of Hogger runs, got the ice barrier, and then got a little discouraged, getting nothing, got blind, got another stone skin for the collection that this guy's got going on. And then I got my first Vile Gambison. Few raids later, second Vile Gambison. Few raids later, third Vile Gambison. Few raids later, fourth Vile Gambison. Got 2 bloodstained pistols in here. Yeah, here and here. Got a big belt Brigadine. Got a bunch of just crazy drops. Got another stone skin for the collection that this guy's rocking. And then got the Croc Jaw. Oh, I was so happy when I saw this drop. I was fucking screaming in Discord for everybody that was there for that. Oh, absolutely insane drop. 16 strength, 33 agility, 15 intelligence. Running the ice barrier means having both agility and intelligence is insane because you're using that intelligence both for hit chance as a secondary and to scale that ice barrier block to give you crazy health. Even though you're an agility build, which is notorious for having low health, you end up with crazy high health because of the ice barrier. You end up with like over 300 health due to the ice barrier scaling off of Vile Gambison and Crocjaw giving so much intelligence. So if we jump into the stats, we've got 16 strength giving us some resistance so we don't take quite as much damage. 35 intelligence, giving us a bunch of hit chance and something to scale that ice barrier off of. 83 agility. So we've got plenty of evade chance just from that. We get quite a bit of health, even though it's only +1. It's only the single plus. It's still a lot when you have 83 agility at this level. Bunch of damage. I mean, I can do like 68 damage to Rat in the Croc Dungeon on a normal hit without a crit when I high roll. So it's kind of insane. Bunch of crit chance, bunch of crit damage. 9 wisdom. Just a little bit of extra hit chance there. Bit of resistance to attacks. Bit of crit chance. 9 charm. Again, just a little bit of more help there. A little tiny bit of hit chance. A little bit of crit resist. Some evade. And 0 luck. That is the one stat this character is missing, is luck. Really wish it had some more luck for that hit first chance, because as it is, this character essentially almost always hits second, which can be a little bit rough in PvP. But I'll probably still end up putting 7 more points into agility on the next level. And just going for 90 agility. Seems like a nice clean number. And then maybe come back and grab some luck after that. But yeah, this guy is kind of a monster. Excited for the Christmas dungeon to see what we can get out of there. Still have plenty of keys left to run more dungeons when needed. And if we look at the tournament from today, we had an insane run with this character. And these aren't weak builds. Bill A had a possible tournament winning build. Like, normally that character could win the tournament. Then we fought this guy. I don't know who that is in the community exactly. Then we fought XKenX, who has an insane intelligence build with B's and E's and Ice Barrier. And again, under normal circumstances, could be a tournament winning build. Then we went up against Burr, who has an absolutely nutty build with Crocjaw. And we can actually fight him real quick. 12, 3, 5, 7. I actually got crit for all of my health before the tournament started, trying out the build to see how it would go. And his crits on this character can be insane, so I just got an Ice Barrier immediately and hope I don't die. Yeah, 216 on the bash, just instantly dead. Just gone. Through the Ice Barrier, instantly dead. This guy's character is insane. But we had a good run, went 3-1 against him, pulled it out, managed to dodge those bashes. But that guy's somebody to watch out for again. normally a tournament winning build there. And then up against Chem D in the final. And just an insane run. I'm glad that Berber got third on this one, just so that he gets that invite on that character and can see him in the Invitational, because that character is crazy strong. But that was the tournament today, and that is what all runes do. It's a lot of fun for everybody that participated in tournaments and getting ready for the Invitational. Good luck to everybody who managed to score an invite to the Invitational tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun next weekend. Hope to see you all there. And thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos come out, and I'll see you next time.